My name is Charlie Mercier. I'm senior at UA, graduating in May. The main point of this video is that I marched drum corps with Carolina Crown for 3 years. I played euphonium and then trombone for my age out year.
It's making life musical, hey!
Obviously, yeah, the main reason I want to talk to you is DCI, and we talked about this earlier. I am famously known for, on this channel, my most popular video, I said something to the extent of, what DCI is this?
Now watch me whip.
Ooh, that's just cringy. I don't know what DCI that is. That's just really cringy. So I don't know much about DCI. I'll be straight up with that. So tell me a little bit about, like, you know, DCI, like, for somebody like me that knows nothing.
Drum corps, you know, it's an organization, and there's like different teams or corps across the country. So I marched Carolina Crown. The past couple years we've been placing in the top 5 consistently. There's 12 finalists at the end of the year, but there's way more drum corps than that are all really good.
Several people at school here have done DCI. It was never my thing, but I like respect everybody that does DCI, and I hear all the like horror stories of, you know, and warm-ups, like people like passing out all the time, and like it's just like such a commitment of your time. Do you have anything to say about that? Like, that's got to be crazy.
And there's definitely some stories. I've not known anybody to pass out during a show warm-up. However, there's some hot days in Texas. I know this one guy, shout out to my boy Josh. He almost died basically in Texas. He like had like a heat stroke, and I like forced him off the field. And I was like, bro, you can't keep rehearsing. You're about to like die. And then he like went to the hospital. He's okay now. He's fine. So definitely you have to take care of yourself and stay hydrated is the biggest key. I know during spring training, I personally would drink 4 gallons of water a day.
Wow.
So
that's
yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, you definitely have to stay hydrated and take care of yourself. That's a big part of surviving because it's a big physical demand. Like I would typically lose every summer, lose around 30 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
I would leave, lose 30 pounds, come back, and I would try to keep it off, but it never happened. It would slowly creep back, and by the time Christmas came around, I was back to my normal weight. But then I'd do drum corps again, and it would just go down 30 pounds. It was up and down, but now I'm aged out, so I guess I'll just be forever fat.
When does the drum corps international cycle start and end?
The season specifically is from like late May through early August. However, there are camps and there's preparation up until the season. So if you want to get real technical, Crown has already started their 2019 season. They had an audition camp in late November, and they're going to have 1 camp per month, every month up until May. And they're at home, like the people that get contracts have to do video assignments. Like they have to video themselves doing these different playing assignments and then submit it up to a page and to make sure we're like practicing. So you're constantly working on it, but the actual season, like you are gone for 85 days from late May to early August.
I know you sleep on gym floors the whole time. You're like on buses day after day after day. That's got to be crazy.
Yeah, it's a little bit different from corps to corps. I know, at least with my experience at Crown during spring training, we get dorms. We stay at Gardner-Webb University, so we get to sleep in dorm beds, which is really nice. But then on the road for 8 weeks, we don't get that. We sleep on buses and the floor. So typically, I was never small enough to fit on the ground on the floor of the bus, so I would sleep sitting up in my seat like this. I just learned how to fall asleep like that. And then whenever we did get the chance to, you know, lay on the ground and stretch out a little bit on the gym floor, I'd just unroll my sleeping pad and just lay on the ground and go to sleep. I didn't see a bed for 2 months. But you're so tired that it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really nice. That first night after finals when you actually get a bed, it was literally amazing. but you're so tired and you get used to it.
What is your favorite and your least favorite thing about being in DCI?
Getting to play with, in my personal opinion, the best horn line ever. That's the reason I joined Crown, was for their brass line. Because I remember when I was in high school watching videos of Crown's horn line and being like, wow, that's really cool. And then actually getting to do it was like kind of the dream. So I'm really going to miss playing with that horn line, because by the time we get to finals, it's like stupid clean.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's kind of hard to fathom how good it gets. So I'm gonna miss playing with that, like playing with them, and miss all my friends that I made, because I made a lot of great friends. So those are my favorite things, is the people that I've met and just being good. Being good is fun.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
What is that like? I've never known.
It takes a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
It doesn't come easy. We don't just show up and we're good.
Yeah.
To get to our standard of good, it takes until like the last day, like all day, every day, hours and hours and hours of blood, sweat, tears, and then finally at the end, it's like, okay, we're all right. Okay.
Okay, and your least favorite thing, what would you say?
It's hard.
It's hard.
I don't know. I mean, it's so worth it. I mean, it's hard to be away from home for like 90 days, basically.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you have to pay a lot of money. Drum corps does cost a lot of money, and that was hard, especially 3 years in a row. It's physically hard. Yeah, you lose like 30 pounds or whatever, but mentally, it'll get you. I mean, I remember there was one block at the end of spring training, and they call it like a mental rehearsal block, and they just pushed us and pushed us and pushed us farther than we thought we can go. And there was like solid vets, like 4-year vets that marched Inferno, and I saw a couple of them like crying, and I was like struggling, like I was having to push myself. I was like, how am I gonna do this? And they're like, all right, circle drill again. And I'm like, okay, circle drill again. We did circle drill. And so like every time we didn't embellish the note just right, we had to put the horns down, touch both goalposts, and then do circle drill again. I mean, they push us that day, and so you have to just break down there's always the wall. You have to break down the mental wall and push through.
So you're moving so much during all this time. What do you eat? When do you eat? How do you eat?
So every drum corps has a food truck that travels with us. So Crown has a food truck that travels with us. We have like an 11 to 13 truck and bus caravan that goes everywhere. And so we have a truck specifically is the food truck. They make all of our food. So they serve like 4 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. Snack is the best because all it is the leftovers from the whole day. I will go to town on snack. Heaping pile of mashed, that's beside the point.
Well, is it good food? Is it bad food? Like,
oh, well, yeah, it's good. Crown definitely has a good food truck. Our food truck manager the past few years, Becca, has been the best.
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Becca, best food truck manager. So we would definitely eat good. I know on like big days, like our home show at Crown Beat, they serve us steak.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, they feed us a lot because I think I read somewhere that we are on like a 6,000 calorie a day diet-ish
Really?
diet.
And you still lose 30 pounds.
Because we burn,
Yeah.
we run around. I mean, my average, I have a Fitbit, I think the lowest step count I had all summer was 22,000 steps in one day. I would take anywhere from 22 to 35,000 steps a day.
Oh my gosh.
One run of a show is about 3,000 steps.
They better feed you good then.
Yeah, and so they feed
God.
us good. Now, at spring training, we actually have the CAF. Gardner-Webb University lets us use their cafeteria, and that is great. But then once we're on the road, we eat from the food truck all day, every day. And so they'll just serve dinner out of the food truck under the tents, and we'll have our little tray, our little paper plates, and we'll just pile the food on and sit on a curb or a parking lot and just eat off of our lap and then go to rehearsal again. Fill up our 1 gallon Coleman water jugs at the back of the food truck, and then it's time for rehearsal again. Literally the only time you're not rehearsing is when you're like eating or sleeping.
Another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys that I forgot earlier is that he actually has some YouTube videos on his channel of his point of view of him marching. So go check those out. They'll be linked in the description. They sound really cool. I can't wait to watch them. I'm excited for it.
I wish I had one from my rookie year, 2016, but I have 2 headcam videos from 2017 and 2018.
Yeah.
I was able to borrow somebody's GoPro and film that. So.
And I love those kind of videos just for memories and
Yeah.
like, because you can have those forever.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the laundry situation. There's so many people there with so many clothes needing to be washed. Do people do it for you? Like, do you have to do it?
So in your suitcase, or in my suitcase at least, I have my rehearsal clothes, which consists of 3-ish. I personally have 3 pairs of section shorts. Like everybody in the euphonium section had a certain color shorts, and then white T-shirts. I brought like 17 white T-shirts. They end up being yellow by August, but they start off white.
Nice.
And so those are your rehearsal clothes, and then you have free day clothes. You get like a couple of free days throughout the summer to wear normal people clothes. It's the best. But the main thing is the rehearsal clothes, and then you have like your show crop top stuff that you wear. But the main thing is rehearsal clothes. You wear those most of the time.
Right.
So we get laundry every 2-ish weeks. So I have a little over 2 weeks worth of laundry packed into my suitcase. So when it's laundry time, it's usually on a rehearsal day, which means there's no show. And instead of an evening block or a morning block, whatever, they would take that whole morning or evening hour and we would do laundry. So each bus, there's 3 buses, brass, percussion, guard. Each bus goes to their own laundromat. So the brass bus will load up and we'll go to a laundromat. And it's also, we would consider that a free block. Like we would dress in normal clothes. And anyways, but we go and we pull up, at least the way brass bus did it, we'd pull up to the laundromat and then we dismiss off the bus according to beads. I'm not wearing my little beads. The older vets can get off first. And so my rookie year, I always had to wait on a laundry machine because all the old people went and got it. But this past year when I was old, I never waited on a laundry machine and it was amazing. So I would get off the bus and somebody would dismiss us off the bus in order. So I'd go and you run in there and you snag a laundry machine and you put in your quarters and you start your laundry. And so whenever you're waiting on your laundry, you just walk down the street and grab some fast food or whatever's around. I know in 2016 one time, I paid somebody in Gatorade to do my laundry for me. And I went to the Dollar Theater next door and I watched Finding Dory. It was amazing.
That's
but typically,
Tom Sawyer stuff.
But typically you pull up to the, we pull up to the laundromat and we have a couple hours to do our laundry and laundromats. And it's really funny but also sad when all like the normal citizens are in there doing their personal laundry and they see this bus pull up with all these 10 kids running out of it and their eyes get that big and they're like, oh God, what's about to happen? And we like run in there and like throw all of our stuff. But that's how we do laundry.
It's cool.
Every 2-ish weeks.
What is your favorite story of all time at DCI? Do you have one that you can tell us without like breaking rules or whatever?
I'll tell the story.
All right.
So I'm known as the Splash Mountain guy. So in 2017, we had a free day at Disney. We did a parade in Disney Springs, and then we got a couple hours in the park.
Right.
And so my fiance Olivia and Leah drove down, and they went to Disney World, and they also saw me. So I spent the day with them in Magic Kingdom. It was great. And then 8 o'clock was button seat, which means we have to be on the bus, ready to go.
Okay.
And so it was 7 o'clock. It was an hour before, and I was like, okay, I have fast passes for Splash Mountain right now, 1 hour before button seat. I got plenty of time. I'll be off of this ride in 15 minutes. 45 minutes to get to the buses. I'll be fine. Well, I get on the ride. It was fun. We did the big drop. It was great. And all of a sudden, we stop. And I was like,
oh no,
what's going on? And so it stops. The music turns off. The lights turn on. And like Brer Rabbit is just like dead. He's not moving. And I'm like, oh God. And so they're over the speakers like, please stay in your vehicle, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh God, I'm freaking out. So I'm texting my bus captain, Taylor. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm stuck on Splash Mountain. I don't know how long that's going to be. He's like, okay, keep me updated. So we sat on there for like half an hour. And I'm like so worried the whole time. We finally get off Splash Mountain. And I get taken off the emergency exit. And they try to hand me, like the employees try to hand me a fast pass to apologize. And I was like, sorry, no, I can't take it. They're like, no, sir, we insist. I'm like, no, I gotta make button seat. And they're like, huh? And I just keep running. And so I hug Olivia, I say bye to her, Leah, and I start running. I'm running through the park because at this point, when I get off the ride, button seat is in 2 minutes. Nice. And the bus is at the bus parking lot, which is not even at around Magic Kingdom. You have to take a monorail to get to it. And so I texted my bus captain, I said, I just got off, and he said, run. And so I start sprinting through Magic Kingdom. And Disney employees say, hey, don't run in the park. And I said, no. I kept running. Another one would say, hey, you can't run in the park. And I said, shut up. And I just kept on running. I get to the monorail. I take the monorail. And then the monorail stops right before the station. So I was like, this is great. So then 2 minutes later, that finally moves 100 feet into the station. And then I get off, and I can see the buses off in the distance in the parking lot. So I get off, and I run down the little stairs or whatever. And I start sprinting across this huge bus parking lot. There's no other buses hardly except for our buses waiting on me.
Yeah.
Like 200 people waiting on me. So I'm sprinting across the parking lot, and there's like this crossing guard trying to stop people from crossing because there's a bus coming on the road. Right. And I ran past him, and he like blew his whistle at me, and I kept running. Yeah. So I'm sprinting towards the buses, and you have like the Crown admin waiting, and I walk up, I'm like, I'm sorry. And they're like, we know. And so I get on the bus, and That was it. We got on the bus.
That was it?
People who marched with me know the rest of the story, but we got on the bus and we left.
Okay, well, with my question, I have a question along with that. You know, obviously you're not telling me something like, you know, what kind of punishments, you don't have to say like how you got punished or whatever.
Oh, I didn't get punished.
You didn't get punished at all?
It wasn't my fault because I said, I got stuck on a ride and they knew that I said I got on the ride an hour ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so they knew it was out of my control and so I didn't get punished for that.
Oh, well, then that's good.
Yeah.
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 Is there anything else that we maybe haven't covered, or maybe somebody who's watching this that like wants to know more, like maybe they're interested in like getting into DCI, like how do you go about doing that?
If you want to audition for drum corps, I recommend doing it. It's a hard summer, but it's the best experience I've ever done in my life. It's the best thing I've ever decided to do. If you want to audition for drum corps, pick which one you want to audition for. Keep an eye on their website, and they'll usually announce audition materials in September, October-ish,
Okay.
and then you can start auditioning and sending in videos and whatnot in like November, December.
So now that you've aged out, you can't be in drum corps anymore. Do you have plans on ways to continue with drum corps?
Eventually, yeah. I'm gonna kind of take a chill for a little while here because I got a busy year in the next year. You know, I got to graduate. I'm graduating college, getting married, getting a job, all within like a month of each other.
Great.
And so I just want to kind of take a year or two, you know, kind of
Yeah.
figure out how to be an adult and like do life and everything.
Makes sense.
It would be nice to be on staff somewhere one day. I'm not focusing on that right now, but if the opportunity arises to teach at a drum corps, I would consider it.
And I mean, you'd think, I mean, you were with Carolina Crown for so many years that you have the skills to be able to help other drum corps. So
But I definitely was trained by some of the best.
yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming here and being in this video. It was extremely last minute. I just kind of told him like, hey, I need a video. You want to be in it? So shout out to him. Shout out to Leah Snedden. Go subscribe to her on YouTube. Fantastic content over there. I'll link both of their stuff, all of their stuff in the description down below. I hope you liked the video. Go make life musical, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's making life musical, hey.
Hello, welcome to the YouTube. Thank you so much for watching my video. Ben said if we did this, then afterwards we could go to Cookout and I could get a milkshake, so... Do you see the way they treat me here? You guys endorse this? Of course, you want to be in it?